So let's get right into it. We're here to talk about the state of AI for CEOs, and we're dating it March 2026. Because what you're about to hear is a live snapshot of where the real advantage is right now. And trust me, it's moving way faster than you think. It really feels like this whole conversation exploded just last month, thanks to Matt Schumer's viral essay. He made the case that AI had just hit this incredible step change, making everything that came before feel like, well, like a different era. He was absolutely right. But the really shocking thing, his observation is already out of date. That's right. In the AI world, a month is practically a decade. The ground has already shifted again. So, to figure out where we're actually headed, the Scaling CEO coach, Glenn Go, went out and talked to dozens of CEOs who are right on the front lines. Let's dig into the 5 patterns he found that are separating the real leaders from everyone else. Okay, first up, the new playbook. And this is a big one. We've got to stop thinking of AI as just a tool for our engineers. The new model is so much more fundamental. Humans are the architects. We set the vision, the direction. But the AI? The AI has become the engineer that does the building.
I love this quote from Trip Adler because it just captures this new reality so perfectly. It's not just about getting more code written faster, it's a total culture shift. When he says his team is just vibing, what he really means is they've moved up a level. They're not just banging on keyboards anymore. They're thinking, they're directing, they're solving bigger problems.
So here's the bottom line. A massive gap is opening up. The old role was a coder, right? Focused on the syntax. But the new role is a director of AI. This is someone who can describe a problem with such clarity that an AI can go off and design, build, test, and even fix the whole thing on its own. So you have to ask yourself, if your team is still just using AI to complete lines of code, you're already falling behind. All right, the second pattern Glenn uncovered is all about commitment. The leaders he talked to were unanimous on this. AI isn't just a new feature you can bolt on. It's not a fresh coat of paint. It's about tearing your entire company down to the studs and rebuilding it on a brand new foundation. This is where the real work is. Brian Murphy from Smartling just nails it here. He says it's not just a product change, it's a process change. It forces you to rethink everything about how you create and deliver value. And you know what? That's hard. It's painful. And honestly, it's where most companies are going to get stuck. And this is where you see the huge divide forming. The AI laggards, they're just bolting things on. A little chatbot over here, a summarization tool over there, and they call that their AI strategy. But the AI leaders are doing the really hard work. They are tearing down what they've already built to rebuild their core on a foundation that's truly AI native from the ground up. Pattern number 3 is all about the new clock speed of business. For years, competitive advantage was about having access to data. Well, guess what? Now, pretty much everyone has access. The new arms race is about speed, specifically the velocity at which you can go from asking a question to making a decision and taking action. Just look at this example from Kim Hansen. He's not waiting around for a monthly finance report to land on his desk. That's the old way. He's using these new AI tools to get critical financial insights basically on demand. The real win isn't just getting the answer. It's about collapsing the time between the question and the action. I mean, this just makes it so clear. You've got a process that used to take a whole team a month, pulling data, building reports, running analysis, and now it takes minutes. So let me ask you, when your competition can make a month's worth of strategic moves every single day, how in the world are you going to keep up? That's decision velocity. Okay, pattern number 4. This one is super practical, a framework that the winning CEOs are using all over their organizations. And it's so simple. AI drafts the first pass, but a human always has the final say. Eric Martel gives us the perfect example from customer success. Look, they're not letting an AI talk directly to their customers. That's way too risky. No. Instead, AI completely solves that blank page problem by giving them a solid draft. That frees up their human experts to do what they do best: refine it, validate it, and add that crucial human touch. So why does this simple model work so incredibly well? Well, it's 2 things. First, it just crushes that initial friction and makes everyone way faster and more efficient. And second, and this is the important part, it keeps a human in the loop for quality control. It prevents those embarrassing, trust-killing mistakes you get from just letting the AI run wild. It's the perfect marriage of machine scale and human judgment. And that brings us to the fifth and final pattern. And this one might be the most important, and it's definitely the most counterintuitive. In a world that is obsessed with automating everything, the smartest leaders are actually defined by where they draw the line, where they deliberately say, no AI here. This quote from Asad Zaman is just so powerful. His entire business is about recruiting top-tier sales talent. That's a high-stakes judgment call if there ever was one. And he has drawn a hard, clear line in the sand. AI will not screen these candidates. Why? Because in those critical decisions where one mistake could be fatal to your reputation, the risk is just too high. So, this all brings us back to Matt Schumer's analogy about February 2020. The point he was making isn't that some disaster is coming. It's that a massive, fundamental shift is already happening right under our feet. And by the time it becomes obvious to everybody, the window for you as a leader to get out ahead of it will have already slammed shut. And let's be perfectly clear about what this shift is. Greg Schott, the former CEO of MuleSoft, just nails it. We've always had tools that make us faster, a better piece of software, a better process. But AI is different. It is a tool that makes us smarter. It is literally a multiplier of intellect. So what do you do with all this? Right now, as this gap between the leaders and the laggards turns into a chasm, here is your mandate for this week. This is based on what the CEOs Glenn Go interviewed are already doing. 3 simple actions. First, audit your engineering team. If AI isn't already writing the vast majority of your code, you need to find out why. Today. Second, find the slowest, most important decision your company makes and put a team on compressing that timeline with AI. And third, create your no AI list. Be crystal clear with your entire organization about where the machines stop and where human judgment and human accountability must take over. These 5 patterns aren't just theory. They're the direct result of in-depth interviews with top CEOs, all conducted by the Scaling CEO coach Glenn Gao. If these are the conversations that the best leaders are having right now, you can be a part of them. You can find Glenn and learn more about his work at glenngao.com.